When I first walk up, I'm almost guaranteed to hear the laughter of kids playing. The leaves rustling in the wind and the large fields bring a safe place away from the rest of the city. In spring and summer, the pool is open. It's a big family-friendly pool with a kiddie area and lots of slides. It always smells really strongly of chlorine and sunscreen, and the splashing and yelling drowns out your voice on busy days. Fall is my favorite season to visit the park because there are less people than in the warmer seasons. I've been going on late-night walks to the park with my friends for a couple years now, and fall is my favorite season to do it. In winter, there are a couple hills that are really good for sledding. I haven't been able to go in a couple years because of the lack of snow, but I've had fun when I was younger. One time, there was a big snowbank by one of the parking lots, and me and my friends wanted to dig tunnels through it. There's often people walking their dogs or playing fetch in all seasons. I've been visiting this park for as long as I can remember. Until I was about 11, my best friend lived about 5 minutes away from the park. We had dinner together every week, and we would walk to the park sometimes. I specifically remember playing restaurant in the little house in the younger kids' playground. I went to birthday parties and concerts there, and every time we drove by, I would beg my parents to stop so we could play on the playground. In January of 2021, I moved really close to the park. Since it was during the COVID lockdown and I didn't have much to do, I started walking to the park a lot. Me and one of my friends would meet up at the park and walk to a coffee shop near there and walk back and drink our coffee at the park. There was a big evergreen tree that was great for climbing, and the two of us would hang out in it a lot. Around this time, I also hung out with my best friend who I previously mentioned. We played by the creek with our siblings and did our best to avoid all the poison ivy in the woods. A few months after I moved into the house near the park, my best friend who lived near there moved to Vermont. I had a lot of memories at Bryan Park with this friend, and after she moved, those were some of the last memories I had with her in Bloomington. I've spent a lot of time there with my other friends over the years, and I've made a lot more memories since then. Bryan Park was purchased in 1951 for $1. It was named after William Lowe Bryan, who was the president of IU from 1902 to 1937. Bryan Park Pool opened in 1959. 2 of the playgrounds that used to be there have been replaced in my lifetime. Recently, one of the big playgrounds was replaced. It was kind of a shock to me because I didn't know it was happening, and one day I went to the park and the entire playground was gone. I had grown up with that playground, and even though it might just be a bunch of metal and plastic to some people, it meant a lot to me. The new playground has lots of ramps and is more accessible to people with mobility aids, which is really good improvement. It was still sad to see the playground gone. The other playground that was replaced was a smaller one, kind of close to the pool, and it was replaced a while ago. Before it was replaced, it had a slide made of metal cylinders that rolled when you went down it. They got really rusty, and I think that's why they got rid of it. Now it's a swing set and a concrete log and stumps. I'm so grateful to have access to a place like this to grow up in. I've spent a lot of time around this whole park throughout my life. Bryan Park feels like my backyard and a place I can escape from the rest of the world. I have a lot of meaningful memories here, and that's why it really feels like my sense of place.